How do you manage your emotions? Because I think that one of the biggest challenges is to kind of detach emotionally. Do you manage to do that?
One of the most crucial things in trading. If I would say about myself, I'm a master, that it would be definitely not true.
What do you do that helps you to keep developing your skills as a trader?
If you think you're good, you stop to get better.
Welcome to our podcast show. Welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. We're really excited to have a conversation with you and kind of hear a little bit more about your trading journey. I first want to ask you, what is like the correct way to pronounce your name, just so I don't mess it up during the call?
Yeah, actually interesting to know that beforehand, huh? It is Aurel.
Aurel. Okay.
Yeah, genau.
I'm going to try. My German is not amazing. Okay, so Aurel. Very nice to meet you. I'm Aline. I'm doing business development here at the Trading Pit, a little bit of our marketing as well. So we saw that, first of all, that you've had a few trading successes. Okay, you had a few payouts that you've received, but you also recently got an account from us in the New York giveaway. So I'm happy to kind of have you on board. I do want to hear a bit from you. What was your trading journey? How did you get started with trading in the very, very beginning?
Okay, so basically, first of all, this New York competition was a wonderful thing. I actually posted it on LinkedIn, so it got a lot of impressions, and I was very lucky to kind of win this and very satisfied. So it's all started basically in 2017. At my then high school, there was an event. It was called Planspielbörse, and there I kind of like got into this whole markets. It was basically also, you have like a virtual capital, and the goal was to increase this virtual capital over 8 weeks. No? And then I was kind of successful at it. I was the number one in like this, we call it in Germany, Bundesland. It has like an area or something. And then I kind of, hey, this could be something. I should tackle this. And then I started with like trading first, like with 5,000 to 10,000 of my own capital, but very cautiously, with the help of a mentor. He's right now in Mallorca. I've been there just last week in Mallorca. It was a beautiful island.
Wow.
And he kind of like guided me through the hoops of trading.
Are you still using your mentor until this day?
Yeah, I would say I changed the mentors a little bit. Like in this field, it's always kind of hard to identify who's like a good person or who's a black sheep, but I'm not following him anymore. Yeah, it was like a long time ago, I would say.
It helped you to get started though, like to take your first few steps. I mean, I'm asking because we recently had a podcast episode with one very cool guy called Theo Theodoru. He came here to our office, and what he does is actually being a mentor to other people, other traders. And we were talking about the importance that even him, while he's a mentor, while he's doing trading as well, he says that for him as well, like he keeps checking in with his mentor as well, because you keep learning, and every time it's like a new experience. You mentioned as well in the questions we've sent you before, you've mentioned as well that you have a very simple trading principles. You're very kind of strict. Tell me a little bit more about the simplicity that you're keeping.
Back 2 years ago, I was thinking about just calling myself my brand the primitive trader, and maybe I will in the future just use this name. Actually, what it comes down to, trading is in its essence like very, very simple. And the mentors that I look at, they keep it super simple, basically with the principle like buy low, sell high. And then they're using some other indicators like support and resistance areas. And then they just like use momentum and divergences. This is also my approach. I don't make it super complicated. I don't use 10, 15 different indicators. I actually just use a program called Market Cipher. This program has I can only, I'll only recommend it because it's basically with green dots and red dots and basically divergences and money flow. And this program helped me really a lot. Yeah, to keep it simple. Because
so it helps you understand in a very simplified way.
Exactly, in a very simplified way. And also the pros, they also like to keep it simple. I think it's very important also to say at this point of the interview, the more you get like advice from here and here and here and here, the more like you're basically the recipe you try to create of trading, it gets kind of a little bit destroyed.
Too much noise.
Yeah, too much noise. You don't want that. Yeah, you want to basically just find somebody who has the results you want. The results, and you have to also vibe with the person. Like, is this a person you want to work with? And if I think those two things are given, then just listen to their advice and try to apply it.
Okay. What would you say that is your trading style? I heard you mentioned a little bit of scalping as well. What would you say is like your style?
My style is basically oriented intraday trading. So day trading, making sure at the evening the positions are 90% of the time closed. I don't like to hold my positions such a long time because, in this kind of political environment we are right now, everything is a little bit heated. So at the next day,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Let's put it like this. Let's don't go into the details. I'm always kind of sleeping good at night. I think that's the aspiration, to sleep like a baby in the night. And if you close your positions at the evening, I think it's a very good thing.
Did it happen to you that you lost sleep because of a trade you left open?
Luckily, not with the trading pit, but before I was like heavily trading cryptos. And as you know, in the crypto market, there's basically no stop.
Mm-hmm.
It never stops. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all those coins, they're trading all of the time on Sundays. And sometimes you're just opening a position. You don't want to close it. You're maybe in a slight loss or something. You don't want to close it and you just leave it open.
How do you manage your emotions if something like that happens, or in general? Because I think that one of the biggest challenges for any trader, whether he's a beginner, advanced, or somewhere in between, I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges, to kind of detach emotionally. Do you manage to do that?
I would say that's one of the most crucial things in trading. Keep your emotions in check. I have to say, like, if I would say about myself, I'm a master, that it would be definitely not true. But I'm definitely better than in the beginning at keeping my emotions in check. And if you're asking, like, how are you doing that? Basically starts with routines. You don't just jump into any trade. I don't know, in the morning, as soon as you open your phone or as soon as you open TradingView or your account, you first of all have to basically make a commitment to yourself that every morning for 10 minutes at least, you will just analyze the situation, analyze the general trend of the asset, and don't just jump into a position like a small child somehow. And beginners, like including myself, a couple of years ago, I love to do that because I just, yay, I'm just gonna just be lucky and just like this will be the big move, But knowing in yourself that like most of the time this huge move won't happen. Actually, just small move, and you just kind of become a master at catching the small moves. Yeah.
So this is going back to the point from the beginning. You keep it simple. You keep it simple. You wake up, you analyze, you keep it simple, and then you move on to the next.
Exactly.
So what would you say is like the ideal daily routine for you as a day trader?
The ideal trading routine is basically I have my set wake up time. I'm not like this super early bird. I wake up like around close to 8 in the morning.
That's early, man. That's still early. Come on.
I mean, I'm not such a fan of those people that just wake up at 5 a.m. meditate.
No, that's hard.
Take a ice bath. I'm not such a fan of it. Usually 8. Then I just maybe go out on my terrace. I have a really nice terrace. I just like close my eyes and just kind of visualize how I would trade. How the perfect day of trading would look like, actually. Yeah. Then I either drink a coffee or have a smoothie, and then I kind of just analyze the news for the day. Yeah, are there anything happening? I'm looking at the economic calendar. I recommend everybody to look almost every day at this economic calendar, because it's just in your best interest to know what's happening also for your trades. Huh? And then kind of like I'm doing like some technical analysis, and there I have my tool for that. I'm not just trying to do everything by myself. I have like my indicators, my oscillators, like momentum waves, to just kind of know where we're at. Yeah?
You've mentioned you're using your economical calendar and you're checking it every day. What would you say in your head? How do you see the best case scenario in an economical calendar? Like, let's say you log in, you check the high impact news, and you see something, and you know, like, this is going to be a good trade.
I am the type of person, I actually avoid news trading.
Mm-hmm.
Like a trading pit is like the rule: you cannot open a position maybe they changed to 2 minutes, but
2 minutes.
1 or 2 minutes before or after the news event, like a major news event. And I recommend, I just like to kind of drive through the how can I say, calm waters. Like not a huge waves, and I don't like that. Some people like that, and there are definitely pros who could do that, but I like to kind of have it more calm in my trading app.
More calm and keep it simple.
Calm and simple, yeah.
Okay, so what would you say, what do you do, not necessarily on a daily basis, but what do you do that helps you to keep developing your skills as a trader?
Like, first of all, if you think you're good, you stop to get better. Yeah. And what I basically do is going to events, like buying mentorships. But here you also have to be very careful. Like, you cannot just buy any mentorship and then don't do anything, and then just think, oh, now because I had this mentorship, everything will just work out perfectly. I would say the best is to just maybe book a private lesson with a person, and then to kind of like have an individual, like tailored approach how you would do it, because every trader is different. For me, what I personally did, I went to, in Germany, there's some nice conference, for example, in Stuttgart, there's every year a financial conference. Then in Dubai, yeah, it is Expo, it's also pretty nice. I met the then founders, Chris Badeker. It was a very nice experience. And you kind of just get open-minded of new ways of trading, because although you have to keep it simple, the trading is constantly changing, basically. If you have bots in a trading, they are kind of manipulating the trading. You know it. I think everybody knows it listening to this. If there's a major news event, suddenly the price of an asset just spikes up, and it is because like bots are just or these kind of AIs. They're kind of getting the signal and they buy immediately in huge quantities. And let's say 30 years ago in trading, that was not so prevalent. So you always have to kind of keep moving and keep changing. Yeah.
It sounds like you're not a huge fan of AI in trading.
I mean, you can't avoid it, but there are definitely some advantages to AI, especially in this like kind of news. Like, to organize the news with the AI, you have some tools to kind of lay out what is the direction of this, how can I say, of the economy in the future. Like, nobody can basically foresee the economy, but to just kind of have this like thing in your mind, I think this, you have to have some facts to back it up. Mm-hmm. Definitely. And AI can help you for it.
Okay, so let's do a quick round of covering maybe so far your trading journey in 2024. I do want to ask you, what was so far in 2024 your favorite asset to trade?
So my favorite asset to trade is actually indices, because it is volatile to some extent, but not super volatile like Bitcoin or some like single stocks. So I always love to trade the German index called DAX, like GEA 40 is sometimes it's GEA 30. It's basically the 40 most important companies listed in one index, and the companies who are the most relevant and make the most revenue per year, basically the strongest.
Okay. What is your least favorite asset to trade on this year, / maybe, if you don't mind sharing, the asset that betrayed you the most this year?
Okay. The asset that betrayed me the most is Bitcoin. Sadly, the spread on Bitcoin is always very high. Yeah. There's like one thing, you open a position and the spread is very high. So you always start in a like reasonably big minus, but of course you can like also go on a profit. And what I personally don't like about Bitcoin is if it goes in a direction, it doesn't have like this natural balance. Like like a lot of assets, they kind of go into a direction and then they kind of cool down a little bit into the different directions. Sometimes with Bitcoin, we all know it in these huge bull runs, it goes up, then it kind of like consolidates, then goes up and consolidates. And a lot of assets, they also cool down. So if you are a shorter, or if you just are very stubborn in your mind, don't trade Bitcoin. Because, I mean, you can do it, but I recommend it. I found it out for myself that this is, in these times, not the asset I want to trade. And luckily, there are a lot of other assets.
I understand. I definitely understand. Okay, so I do want to summarize a little bit more our phone call, because generally speaking, listen, I think that, like you said, you're very simple and straight to the point, but it looks like this is really your strategy that's working for you. What is how would you say, like, your slogan or your tip for trading, like something that you always stay true to, maybe like a sentence?
For me, it's basically that if you are really disciplined, and this is in every area of your life, if you can keep your rules, like the rules for yourself every single day, if you feel like it or not, you will win. And make sure that those rules you set for yourself, they actually make sense. And then the second part of the coin, I would say, is persistence. That like you cannot expect results in 4, 5, 6 months. You have to kind of keep learning, keep evolving, and just keep going. So I would say all in all, my slogan is just discipline and persistence. Discipline and persistence makes your dreams and hopes a reality. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Listen, your trading journey is really, really impressive. I love how you keep it simple. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
And we cannot wait to hear more success stories from yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Happy trading.
Bye-bye.